Hellos, welcome back to another videos. And today we're taking a look at just another ladder match. And I'm playing a Vampire Burn, which is a deck idea I wanted to try out for a very long time. So I'm glad I got to try it out in this game. So yeah, all my ladder matches have been like just testing out decks, and I just wanted to try this one out, and you're gonna see that I kind of learned a lesson in like how you make Vampire Burn, and it's not like supposed to be like all combat based. You're supposed to actually have like kind of burn still, so I kind of learned that later throughout the game. Like marauding Blight Priest just became like a liability in somewhat cases, so. But you're gonna see how the game goes. So I'm assuming I'm playing a mirror match, but this is quite different than what is Burn. So I'm actually playing against Kiln Fiend. So this is a terrible matchup, of course. So I actually have to race him. I have no choice but to race him now, because Kiln Fiend can just outrace Burn pretty easily. So. And if he has removal, it's really bad, which he does. So, yeah, it's very bad. But I do manage to kind of stabilize a little bit, but it's just like, oh boy, it's just so hard to race him sometimes. So. But I mean, I kind of catch up to him, so yeah. So it's not traditional Kiln Fiend. He's packing Burn into his deck, so a lot of people seem to be doing that lately. I feel like I get a good start here, but it's like I feel like marauding Bright Priest doesn't do enough sometimes. So I don't know how I feel about card in this deck, so I probably take it out if I say something else, so we'll see. And yeah, the burn part of the strategy is kind of powerful. I'm not gonna lie, it can be powerful in the right hands. You just kind of have to make it work though. I don't know why you put First Strike in the deck. I would actually would have put Trample, but I mean, hey, at least your doggy survives, I guess. He gets a really good burn spell in, too. Which is very upset. So now I'm forced to block, because if I don't, I can't race him anymore. I got a vampire spawn, which is alright in this situation right now. But it's not ideal. By the way, this dude is ranked pretty high, so honestly, going into this game, I don't expect to win, but, you know, it is what it is. He puts out a third frame caller, and he just starts burning me, which is fair enough. I mean, this version of the deck is pretty good, but it's not the way I would build it. He just starts burning my creatures too, and I'm like, yeah, I have no chance of winning. I mean, this is a terrible matchup anyways, so I don't, you know, expect to win. And I'm forced to block here, because if I don't, then I'm just dead. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if, I'm not happy with this, how this deck went. My deck. It's just, I feel like it could be a little bit faster, and I could play a gruesome fate route where I just put out a bunch of creatures, but removal's really high. So I don't feel like doing that sometimes. So I might just put in more burn damage instead of creature damage next time. So I'll probably get rid of some vampires, but still leave some vampires in. That's just my opinion. And it just burns me out here. So, terrible matchup. It's practically unwinnable. Because I'm ranking Kiln Fiend versus like Burn decks, and Burn decks cannot win against Kiln Fiend. So you're kind of just screwed unless you could just remove it. But Burn doesn't like to just have its removal point based when you're playing traditional Burn. So yeah, I don't know what you would bring. So I kind of sideboard in. I take out the Marine Babies because I know those are the worst cards in the deck, and I should just not even put them in to begin with. So, I go for a Wedding Invitation for some lifelink unblockable damage. I did put in Trespasser's Curse too, so. But yeah, it's like this deck versus Burn is just I know I don't have a shot of winning, so I just try to up my removal and up my like creature burn cards. I do put in one Scavenger just to persuade him not to attack because it has Death Touch. So I don't know what I would sideboard against Kiln Fiend. This is technically Kiln Fiend, so yeah. Any burn deck that can output damage is gonna be good against like any creature burn strategy. So I say, okay, I have a decent hand in unblockable creatures, so I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm like, yeah, get a free attack here. He's gonna kill it though. Frostbite. It's like, alright, I have another one now. Oh, good. He plays Thermal Alchemist, which is really bad because I do not want him to play that many creatures. It's like, whatever. It's like, there's really nothing I can do. So I just start flooding the board with vampires. Because, well, that's what I just gotta do. Play the Blood Priest just to try to gain some life here. He knocks down one of my creatures, I think, though. First he does the burn damage, though. And then I think he kills one of my creatures, yeah. He kills that one for some reason, which I'm very confused why he does that, but... Okay, I was like, alright, I'm just gonna sack it, draw a card. I did not know that still goes through, so I guess that the targets, there's 2 targets that are chosen in that spell, so it will still go off for some reason. I didn't know that, so very surprised that it still hit me. I could have saved damage if I didn't know better. I got Witch's Cottage, so I can like recall one of my vampires, which I recall the Nocturnal Feeder thing. I kind of make a mistake here and say, do I go for draw or do I just go for like damage? I ultimately said I just go for draw. I should have played the other threat to save damage, you know. Yeah, I still do too, but at least I put pressure on the board, unlike just drawing and dealing him damage, you know. Because he could play a creature next turn, and I'm just like, yeah, if he plays Kiln Fiend, I'm dead here. And this just turns into a burn matchup, which usually mono black wins in a lot of situations, but since he's playing more of the like Spellslinger Kiln Fiend strategy, I expect these Thermal Alchemists to untap a lot, so... I mean, yeah, in Burn, they do kind of untap a lot, but when you have draw on top of it, it gets crazy. Which you're about to see right now. He's just untapping, drawing, untapping, and drawing, you know? So, it gets out of hand. I decide to draw myself, losing 2 life. This game's this game gets pretty close. You're going to see in this So I play this, so I try to gain a little bit more life here. And then I play my 2 creatures, because, yeah. I feel like in this deck I kind of need more sack outlets. I came to realize. Because he just keeps, like, hitting me down, down, down. So, gets out of hand. He starts playing his removal. Gets really crazy, so. And I don't know why he did that, because now I could just do 2 damage to him. But I guess he knows he can erase me, so. He does a little call out there. Yeah, and I'm very frustrated with this deck. I really felt like this deck could have performed better. I feel like this deck could be an answer to Chomp, but I don't know. A lot of people have different ways of playing Chomp, and yeah, he plays the cantrip cards to untap, so. But yeah, just very upset on how I could have done this. So I mean, he gets in decent amount of damage, but I'm like, alright, I still need to race him though. And I know I'm screwed here, that's why I'm waiting so long. It's like, that's not gonna cut it. I kinda needed that other creature. If I got that other creature, I would have killed him. I think. No, because he would still been at 3, so I would have need like Vampire's Kiss or something to kill him, and I didn't have it. Or not Vampire's Kiss, the other one. So I just play this and hope I'm not dead. And I put back a creature card, which I really shouldn't, but I do it anyways. But it's like, there's no point. It's like I'm already dead anyways. Because I soon come to realize he just needs a burn spell. I just hope he whiffs. But ultimately, he does not whiff here, and he gets me. Granted, I didn't know what he was bringing to the table. I didn't expect like this type of burn, so I mean it is what it is, and I just get burned out. Just wasn't able to gain enough life, despite, you know, burn being not so good for mono black burn. But I'm not really playing mono black burn. I'm playing just vampire burn. I just wanted to try a deck out, so. But nevertheless, I did have fun. So. But anyways, yeah, that is just how the game goes. I lose my 2 matches, and I at least get to show off a new deck. So. Deck was kind of fun still, but I just wish it would perform better. So yeah. Next match, I hope to bring a more competitive deck, but I'm not too sure. I'm testing out one deck in particular, so I'll probably bring that in the tournament.